Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Will Troy Get Horribly Brutalized and Eaten by Giant Alien... Well, they're not really alien, they're engineered by people? Anyway, it seems like he survived, so, you know, we're all good. But yeah, thinking of the lore for a second, what is it? It's, the insectoids were bred to fight the mechanoids, weren't they? That's the whole, like, deep RimWorld lore. I think. That sounds right, doesn't it? Oh, I guess you can't carry that. Alright. Anyway, we also have 4 days, 7 hours until the Mechanoids arrive, which might be enough time to go explorizing some other places. We also have our blood bag prisoner here. Thompson is making some clothes, which, maybe now is not the best time to be doing that. Oh yeah, I should probably pay attention to what Choi is doing. Alright, our ship-a-majig is... majigging? Anyway, it's coming together. Oh god. Wait, why are you not connected? Because we're over budget. Okay, so before we leave, we need to make sure we build this, which means we desperately need more steel. Oh god, we're leaving so much of the ship behind. Probably should have been paying attention to that before I decided, oh, we have time to, you know, build this thing. Alright, well, that's, cool, I guess. Now, I don't know if I want to go back down into this place, except, I mean, we could get some more shelving units for free. Constructorizers. Chambers and Choi. So we can do that. Low on food. I'm actually kind of wondering if keeping the prisoner is worth it. Just due to the fact that we are desperately low on food. Which also means let's unsuspend this. Mac, what are you doing? You're hauling some pants, which are of normal quality, which is good. When you wake up, I want you to butcher, and then we can, you know, cook some more meals. We're doing the best we can here, and we're actually not completely terrible. Not completely, so... Why don't we make the pants before the other stuff? What's happening? You're... Oh, boo-hoo. All prefer... Wait. We've built a community of the good and strong... Oh, what the heck? Oh, is it because you're like one lonely pigskin prisoner? You're sick. Actually, it occurs to me. Another thing I could do is hoard a bunch of pig people. And then, this will be where the redemption comes in. We keep them as prisoners, we harvest them of all their blood, then we drag them to the edge of the map and let them go. And then they just kind of limp off. And then they'll be my friends, you know, because the whole community will have developed Stockholm Syndrome, and we'll be like, oh wow, these guys are so great. They fed off our blood, but then they just let us leave. They're such great people. You know, something like that. I also really want to go into space, but it's probably going to be a while before we end up doing that. And you guys are... Actually, what is Choi doing? You're consuming a... Okay, I'll let you eat, and then we'll send Choi and Chambers down to, I think I'd rather the devil I know than the devil I don't, which is to say... We'll go down here and, you know, tear apart all the doors and remove everything of steel that's not nailed down. These things, as far as I know, don't actually give you anything, so they're not worth our time. Okay, we're also converting... what is your name? Poilop? No. Mac's job is to do the cheferizing. Sure, that's a word. Alright. Of course, poor Chambers is hobbling along on a peg leg because I, you know, really did not take care of him. What's up with Vince? Why are you awake? You are supposed to be sleeping right now. Alright, good. So we're getting some stuff done. We might have enough steel to pull this off. Again, we're not going to deal anything with that. We're not gonna Whoa, 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 what the? Oh, jeez. How has this been sitting here the whole time and I did not notice it? Okay. Let's get out of here. All right, and Choi, you're, doing your job, so that's good. All right, yeah, we should have enough steel to do all the things that we want to do here. Or, at least that's the hope. And I guess I'm going to have... Too heavy. All right. Well, pick up what you can and get the heck out of there. All right, Chambers, you tend to yourself and haul back the steel. Do the best you can. All right, so it's going to take a little while. I'm kind of wondering if maybe it would be more worthwhile to check out that other bunker. And then, let's see. I mean, we don't really have, like, a super social person. Hang on a second here. Nowhere else to go. Disturbed at sending someone away in need. No. You know what? They may be upset, but we cannot really afford to take someone else on, so we're not going to do it. On an unrelated note, have we researched fishing? Yes, we have. Good. I mean, oh, right. I completely forgot the fact that Oh, Thompson's a good social person, so you can do social stuff. Also, it might actually be worth, just, like, regardless of social skills, because childcare isn't something that relies too heavily on your actual, like, social skill value, and it helps level it up. So, there's some pretty good... What are you doing over here? Converting? Maybe you were getting some blood? I don't see any blood, though. I'm also thinking... You know what? No, we'll... Oh, we don't need children's parkas anymore, so we'll go ahead and... Wait, Worker Thompson. Oh, I kind of screwed up there. That's alright, that's alright. We still have 3 days before we have to leave. So, everything is still good there. We could also make Chambers the speaker person again. It's going to take 2 hours out of our day, but, it'll get rid of the mood debuff that we... Yeah, I mean, a -5, that's pretty big where we're at right now. So... Jolly good. Alright, we'll just keep cramming stuff into our piloty chamber thing that's eventually probably going to be broken down into a couple of different rooms. Okay. Now, I do sort of want to specialize a little bit, because I don't think I have as of yet. I'd like to have at least one shelf, usually 2, just for steel and plasteel, maybe gravlite as well. Just so I can keep an eye on what I have. 3 days, 2 hours. Also, from what I understand, it doesn't really matter how far you travel. You can just move literally one tile over, and it'll be about the same. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do something a little crazy, and I'm gonna send Choi to get the steel. Alright, we're doing great over there. Yeah, Choi can get the steel when he wakes up, and I'm gonna have all the other children, except for Thompson, and Chambers. Let's send everyone down into the furred stockpile, see if we can get some survival meals before we leave. Because we are going through food at a rather prodigious rate. And that does scare me just a little bit. Stupid me. Settling us. I should have grown rice instead of potatoes. I just wasn't paying attention to the time. Okay. Yeah, you can eat your meal before you... Okay, and then go to sleep, I guess. Alright. Alright, so far so good. Let's keep this door held open. Probably this one too. Just peek your head in. Alright. Just peek your head. Actually, Mac... Maybe I shouldn't have Chambers doing this, because Chambers is really slow on account of... Alright, so no food. We can get more steel out of this, though. Which is not a bad thing. Because again, you know, you always need more steel. You guys can't study yet. I'm gonna go ahead and claim all of this, just so that if anyone does decide to eat, that, you know, hopefully they do that before... Wow, this has been pretty peaceful thus far. Okay, if you're gonna rest, let's also claim the beds, so don't just drop on the floor. Watch, there's nothing, like, security-wise in here. Alright, so yeah, you can haul this, and maybe we'll start carrying some of the steel back. I mean, your little child legs can't pick up that much steel, but, you know, we'll have you carry what you can, and then, you know, bring it home. Actually, I guess with that in mind, you can do that as well. Once you wake up. And then... Alright, so maybe we don't need to tear apart literally everything. And again, we still have, going back to the surface, 2 days and 17 hours to explore down here, so... Oh, and Choi is just standing here. Alright, I want the shelf, and I want you to carry as much steel as you can, and then bring it home. Alright. I have a feeling that things are going to go terribly awry soon-ish. Which, of course, scares me. But, alright, I'm gonna force the kid to wake up now, because if things do go awry, as they sometimes do, of course, if they are gonna go awry, maybe you don't want the guy who's hobbling on a peg leg to be the one to trigger it, so... We should have the, you know, the professional, trained, you know, genetically superior, killerizer do it. Yes, killerizer, that's a perfectly cromulent word. I mean, I guess I could just leave like this, but like I said before, I do want to see if there's a little bit of food here. Because if there's, like, even one packaged survival meal... then, and by one, I mean, you know, one pallet of packaged survival meals, then we'll be, you know, pretty well off. And that would make me happy. I'm not gonna take the Wanderer. I mean, let's see. A teacher, I mean, you are a teacher. But no. If you were, oh, there's some components in here. How are we doing component-wise as well? That's probably... We have lots of components. I don't even need to worry about... Ugh. It's, again, another case where it's way too close to the damn door. So, you know what? I'm not going to risk it. Just take all of the steel and get the heck out of there. Yeah, it's just too close. If I could chuck an EMP through the door, I would consider it. So with that in mind, we're almost out of food. Okay, some donkeys have showed up, so we could hunt those for... Who dropped their gun in the bloody doorway? Oh, there must have been a social fight that I missed. Let's take a look. I see nothing. Something evidently happened that I missed, but that's life. Actually, you know what I should do? Is switch this, do it until you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 people. So let's say do it until you have 6. Count equipped. We want to make them, or start making them ahead of time as they get damaged. Ideally normal or better, because, you know, there's some stat modifiers here. And then we unpause at 5. And maybe have some minimum crafting requirements. That way... Though the only time this kind of starts falling apart, and if we have more storage space, maybe we can bump it up to like 10 or something, is if we have people leave for a little bit on a caravan or something, because then, of course, that'll cause building of stuff to start happening as well. You know, even if we don't strictly need it. Let's take a look at where... Have I really not looked at the world map in that long? Apparently. Oh, there's a distress signal hanging out here. I don't think we're going to visit that. I mean, we are in the desert. What do we have down here? I am going to reject you. I'm sorry. You need help, but we are not the ones to help you right now. You'll just end up being turned into blood food or something. Oh, look at that efficiency. Alright, we are running desperately low on food again, so... Again, once more, I should probably get us moving on. Oh yeah, kind of forgot. Key part of my having specialized shelves is making sure that it's a higher priority than the non-specialized stuff. And similarly, I think we want one shelf that is for textiles. That way, I mean, especially, you know, keeping it close by. Alright, jolly good. We are, in fact, out of food, so it's probably time to hit the old dusty trail, as they say. Alright, is there anything at all... I mean, there's still a fair amount of steel. And we do have 2 days, but we are out of food. Alright, the whole donkey hunting thing. Okay, we don't actually have to leave right now. Alright, we'll take a little bit of time here. We'll see if some hunting actually happens. Hunting may never happen. It's really weird to me that animals is treated as the relevant skill for hunting. Oh wait, that's handling. I'm an idiot, sorry. My apologies. It's shooting in it. I don't know what... Oh, wait. I remember. Animals is relevant to hunting because a higher animal skill lowers the odds of the animal noticing you and, you know, going for revenge. Yeah. So that's a good thing. We should go somewhere with water so that we can do some fishing. Is there any water here? Ice dunes. What is an ice dune, out of curiosity? Of course, I don't know if I want to go here because this is a Mechanoid relay and we have no armor. And I know that, like, we've been easily popping off, you know, the 1 or 2 pigman raids that have been coming at us thus far. But, they're not even fighting back. What are you doing? No, don't rest. Finish the job. Geez, Mac did a better job. Though, you know, that's sometimes how it goes. RimWorld can be very swingy when it comes to these sorts of things. So, you know, don't get Don't get too cocky. Alright. There's a bit of steel, but if we are going to go for one last haul, then it's probably better to do it in this one. We'll only get like 33 additional steel by sending one lone child to carry stuff, but, you know, it's still something. Don't even bother with the hauling, just grab as much steel as you can, and then get out of here. Jolly good. And just like that, we are in business. And again, we have... Actually, 290 steel is nothing compared to the amount of steel that we're going to be going through building this. And ideally, I eventually want to get plasteel for the exterior, because plasteel is the... Okay. That is unfortunate for you. Vince, what are you doing cooking? You're not a master chef. Maybe I don't want you cooking at all. Because I do want to minimize your floor drawing, but when you're done floor drawing, let's do some cookerizing. Or cooking, as they say it to be more grammatically correct. But you know what? Making up random words, that's fun. And that's why we do it. Okay, 1 day, 19 hours. We still have plenty of time. We could send a couple of people down, actually, to... Oh, Piggle Moinks. Not very happy with me. That's okay. I don't really care about their opinion that much. If I did, I wouldn't be keeping, you know, one of them as a prisoner forever, with moderate blood loss. Oh, maybe what's happening is because... Are we actively feeding off of you at the same time? I don't know. And you are reading to learn, which is good. Your learning is so low. We only get one trait. I want at least one passion for you. Though you are only 11, so you do have... I think, if we're lucky, we might get you up to 5. Maybe 6 if we're lucky, which I think at 6 you still get only one passion. But, you know, that's better than nothing, basically. Vince is 12. Okay, you... 5. Definitely 5, I'm thinking. Maybe 6. Maybe. We'll kind of see how that one plays out. Again, same with you. You're kind of... You're getting up there in age. So whether, you know, you survive or not. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to keep the children preoccupied with learning stuff. I'm going to... Or non-learning stuff, rather. You know, I'll unrestrict Thompson. Why not? We'll get a little bit more steel, because we're going to need lots of steel, as I've previously asserted. So might as well get what we can. Which, you know, it's something, not as much as I would like. And I don't know if I want to micromanage going back and forth repeatedly. But I will, so, yeah. But I don't know if that makes for good television, so maybe I'll just kind of, you know, do a fast-forward-y, montage-y thing, and, you know, once we've got all of our steel, we'll take off. So, yeah, let's do that. Why not? Alright, I actually even got bored of doing that just twice. So, instead of that, we're just gonna get the heck out of here. We also are completely out of power, so that is very unfortunate for me. Oh, and it's because we're out of wood. Which would have been a thing for a while, and I just wasn't paying attention. Not a big surprise. Not a big surprise. All right, let's just get the heck out of here. Let's try to land somewhere with water and wood. Yes, I do want to launch. And maybe somewhere further... Ooh, what's this? Something cool. Oh, it just has wild tinctoria, so we can have some free dyes. And an archipelago, so small islands, which means that as long as we don't get certain kinds of raids, we should be okay. Dolphin knee circle. Okay, that's cool. An island surrounding a large lagoon. Very little land to build on here. I mean, that also sounds good. But I wonder if that means we'll only get drop pod raids. You know what? Might as well find out now while we're... Womp womp. Okay. So, we can only travel 160 units. Damn. And blast. And blast and damn. Okay. Where are the cacti? No, you know what? I don't even know that that's worth it. Alright, let's just leave. I'm so disappointed in myself. Oh my god, only 14%. We're gonna have some problems here. Okay. What about you? You're just out of range. Oh, wait. This has water, I think. It's a wetland. You're out of range. Alright, it's a boreal forest, so, I mean, there should be a reasonable amount of wood there, which means we can, process it and all that good stuff. And what does it mean by wetland? Large interconnected waterways dominate the area, which is also potentially good for defense, because, people are slow to move in water. Oh, that looks so weird, having just... That'd be so terrible for aerodynamics. But, yeah, you do what you can. Because I kind of got it into my head that maybe if... Right, it's still the wintertime. So, yeah. All the water is going to be frozen, so no fishing for me. At least we're not playing with Dub's bad hygiene, so we don't have to worry too much about hygiene-related things. Let's take a quick look, see if there's any plasteel on this map. There is no plasteel. That is very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. One might even say it has ruined my day. There is an ancient danger over here, which, on the one hand, I would like to pop that open, because there's always some neat goodies in there. And if we can kill, assuming it's humans in there and not, like, horrible flesh beasts, then we could, get some good stuff out of that. There is some steel here. I mean, obviously there's still steel here. There's also... where did I see that deposit? There's a deposit here and over here. I do like to also set up generally in the middle-ish area of the map. Maybe I should land more on water, because also that way we don't immediately destroy all of the trees. Don't want to make the Lorax mad at us. Though, considering the fact that we are going to be chopping down a lot of trees for chem fuel and wood, really not sending the best environmental message, but again, we do what we can. Alright, so rule... Okay, minor crash. So we're gonna have to repair some stuff. Just immediately chop down all of the trees here. May also be a good idea to... try to harvest some berries in the immediate vicinity. I'm not gonna worry too much about breaking down the steel doors just yet. Might actually need to clear this wood away from... Alright, good. So, we'll repair things. We are out of food, so we do need to be moderately quick on all this. Everyone can grow and or plant cut, so that's a plus. Okay, we are going to get some food. Who is my best grower? That would be Thompson. So I'm going to have Thompson chop down some of these trees, because the faster we get power back online, the faster we can start making food and make sure that at least, that is taken care of. Another thing that may be worth our time is setting up... Okay, that's not gonna work. I mean, this is a little wacky what I'm doing, but it does cover what I want. We're going to need cotton in order to make the flak vests. So we do need to make sure we're growing some of that. And I think I'll grow rice just so that once it does get warm enough, you know, we'll be able to get on top of that soon-ish like. Oh, yeah, I also have a good... I'm curious, is this revolver 12 damage, 1 stopping power, 18 armor penetration? Is that better than the auto pistol that we are currently using? 10, 5... also range didn't really... Yeah, range is about the same, so it may be better. Though I think the auto pistol gets more shots, doesn't it? It does not. It's 1 shot apiece. So a good revolver may be a better weapon choice for us. So I'm going to give it to Choi when he wakes up. Alright, so let's refuel this, start getting power up and running again. Because we're going to need a bit of a backup. Okay, we also have hypothermia, so that's really not good. Though it is warming up out there. Okay. Oh, I hit repair, not refueled. Alright, good. So, we're making... This... I think there was a patch since I last recorded, and it appears to have changed it so that when you move, it turns all the power back on. Which is not great for us. Alright, but that does take care of things. So we are set on that front. Things are getting repaired, we're chopping down trees, we're getting wood. We'll build up a bit of... Okay. We'll build up a bit of a reserve of power, and then we can start making chem fuel, because we do want to fuel up here. You are our chem fuel storage, which we have someone sleeping right next to it, which definitely will not cause any problems at any point. Hopefully. Though I do need to work on improving our bedroom situation. But again, that's part of what I'm thinking is eventually I might make the ship as wide as like this. And we'll kind of use that as our baseline. I'm also thinking I was going to have the airlocks here, but it makes a lot more sense to have the airlocks on the edges of the ship so that, if possible, when we go into space, we can kind of, like, so we don't even need to worry about vac suits. We can just, like, park the ship immediately against a door. So, like, I might actually want to move this a little bit and have an airlock at the front of the ship, for instance. Probably on, like, the side wings as well. It's always a good idea to have more than one entrance and exit. Plus, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of health and safety codes about that, though we are in space in the 56th century, so who knows if such things exist. It's also time to wrap things up, so yeah, until then, I'm probably gonna do all this off camera just to, you know, speed us along to the more exciting effort of inevitably getting everyone killed, busting this open. We might do that. Caravan thing. I'm not even going to look at it until next episode. But yeah, until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Dang gummit. And, yeah, I'll see you all next time.